Hey, I'm back. So, I thought I'd do another gluten-free recipe. And we're going to use a little something out of the norm. You'll actually like it. So I'm going to make some carrot cake today. As with any baking pastry chef that I know of, the first thing they do, prep their pan. We're going to do the same. So, parchment paper, pan, put it in the center. It's too big. Well, what do? Very simple. Take a knife, put it in the corner, and cut a slit. Same in each corner. Now, little pan spray. Tuck this in and line up your corners. And then you should be able to fold the paper perfectly around your pan. Look, simple. This is essentially a quick bread, or I'm using the muffin method, which means dries combined, wets combined, mix the two. Okay, so we're going to start off with a dry. Big bowl. Now, as you know, with my usual gluten-free recipes, I use some oat flour. I'm going to use some today. This is 3/4 of a cup. Mind you, this recipe can be doubled if you want. Here's the curveball. Garbanzo flour. Adds a nice little interesting flavor. It's really good though. We're going to throw in our leavening. I've got just a pinch of baking soda and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Pinch of salt. Maybe a little more. Now, let's throw in the flavor. I've got some cinnamon. Just guessing this. The one thing I like about this cake is that it is an opportunity to chuck any spice in there you want. Oh, I'm going to do it too. So we got the cinnamon in there, nutmeg. Freshly grated, always. About 20 good grinds of it. Now, again, we'll throw the kitchen sink as far as spices go. I've got 10 allspice berries. I got 5 cloves and 1 star anise pod. But I got to grind them up. Okay, my spices are ground up. Use this as an opportunity to get creative with your spices if you like. And for my friend in Canada, cardamom will work perfectly in this. So, one more thing I also do. In my experiments with gluten-free, I find that you have to, unless you're adding in the chemistry set, you're going to have to add some structural components. I've got one here. This is about 1/4 cup of coconut flakes. It's going in. We'll give this a stir. Set that aside. Now let's deal with the wet ingredients. First things first, banana. You need 1 medium-sized banana. This one's a little bit large, so I'm not going to put the whole banana in there. So about 3/4 of it. This is mine. I'm going to snack on this. Now I'm going to mash this up. Oh, by the way, the oven is set for 350. Okay, now 3 eggs. Now the banana is going to add some sweetness, but we're going to add a little bit more. I'm going to use half a cup of honey. And we need to add a little more fat. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil, melted. Now we also have the opportunity to add a little more flavor. So I've got some vanilla extract, a teaspoon-ish. And finally, our carrots. I'm going to add 2 cups. I like a lot of carrots in my carrot cake. And this is also going to add a bit of a structural component too. We'll switch this out. And then fold this. We'll put the wet stuff on the dry stuff. And fold this up without making a mess, like I did. Into our prep pan. And we'll just spread it out just a little bit. This goes in 350 oven that I told you about for about 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to start checking on it at about 25. We'll use the toothpick test. Okay, it's done. Toothpick comes out clean. Let this rest for 10 minutes in the pan, then we'll depan. Okay, it's cool enough to handle. We can start trying to depan this. Just a little help if I need it. All right, there we go. Now this has got to cool completely. Once it's cooled a little bit more, I'm going to take the paper off too. But for now, I think we're good. Okay, the cake is cool. Good. You like cool cakes. Let's make some icing. Very simple icing. 5 ingredients. 5. First ingredient, cream cheese. We'll get this into our mixer and we'll let that go for a bit. You want this to be perfectly smooth, no lumps. It's probably going to take about 5 minutes. I'll have to scrape it down multiple times. It's worth it though. I realized I got the wrong attachment. The paddle attachment is a better tool for the job. Why? Because it'll be easier to scrape down. Now, like I said, room temperature. We'll let this go for a few minutes. Okay, all my lumps are out. Like I said, room temperature is the way to go on this, because if you try to do it with a little bit of chill on it, it'll come out lumpy. Trust me. And we don't like lumpy frosting. Okay, time to add the other ingredients. We've got butter. This is 8 ounces of butter. That's 16 ounces of cream cheese. Vanilla. Got to have a little bit of vanilla. We'll go with about a teaspoon of that. Just a pinch of salt. Final ingredient to go in, powdered sugar. You're going to add it in slowly, and I'm going to use a tool that forces me to add it slowly. I found this little paddle. It came with a rice cooker. Should do the job very well. Start it off slow. This is about 2 cups of powdered sugar. We'll give it one more scrape down. And one more quick mix. Then we can ice this cake. I hope you're not expecting to see any fancy piping skills, because I don't have them. So I'm just going to pop this down on top. Got more than I need. It'd probably be enough for a double layer cake, and if you wanted to double the recipe, you could do that. So let's just spread it out to the edges, and then we'll just take it over the sides and even up the sides just a little bit. This is my gluten-free carrot cake with oat flour and garbanzo bean flour. You can get that in most health food stores, or you could just grind up dry garbanzo beans. That's easy enough. Sometimes they call them chickpeas too. So I'm Chef Terry. All the ingredients, they're going to be down there in the description. Feel free to check them out. While you're down there, leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just smash all those buttons down there. I'll see you next week.